Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? My name is JNWBoss, and a huge thank you to Delzinski for giving me this opportunity. We're going to kick off Smackdown Dark with what should be an exciting clash of styles, as Chad Gable will face Ricochet. Now, Chad Gable is a very prominent collegiate athlete, and of course has had tag team success. But we're going to see how he does when he faces someone that a little bit faster. A guy that likes to take flight, a guy that really likes to move around the ring, a guy that likes to bounce all over the place. You can say he ricochets himself around the ring. Pardon the pun. But tonight, he faces Ricochet, a man that has competed all over the world and have been making good news here in the WWE and looking to continue in goodwill here in Smackdown Dark. And especially against someone like a Chad Gable, I'm pretty sure Ricochet is looking to take flight, looking to do what he can to fly around the ring, to probably throw Chad Gable off of its game. But if Chad can stick to his wrestling-based offense, which was kind of what brought him to the dance, he could potentially ground Ricochet and make this matchup just a little bit easier for himself. I'm not saying it's going to work, because Ricochet can hold his own anywhere, but it'll at least be a step in the right direction if you are one Chad Gable. And there's Ricochet, and the matchup is underway. So again, a huge thank you to Delzinski for allowing me to do this. Once again, I'm JNWBoss. Hope I entertain y'all. Let's get it on. Ooh, well, Ricochet trying to take the head off of Gable early. Gable saw that coming. They were able to avoid things. Nice arms right there from Ricochet, trying to keep the momentum in his court. And then Gable with the counter. Off the rope. And now, drop kick. Good work there from Gable. And now Gable looking to continue the offense here. A nice Russian leg sweep. Kind of slowing things down just a little bit. I mean, you know he's in the early stages of this match. He's not in too much danger, but Ricochet was able to counter. And I think if Ricochet can kind of speed things up, he could probably throw him off. But look at that, the snap suplex there by Chad Gable, who only kicked out at one. I think a lot more than that. But now someone like a Chad Gable who countered and is looking to continue his offense here. Banging by the head. Ooh, Burn slammed him head first, run to the top turnbuckle. And a strike right there. Gable with another shot. And look at this, the athleticism of Gable. I mean, yeah, he's good at wrestling, but he can obviously get athletic, as he did right there. Beautiful cross body. Trying to go for the forearm. Ooh. Well, Ricochet told him, I see your forearm, and I raise you a forearm of my own. A spinning forearm, to be exact, but Gable's able to get back in this thing. And look at this. Nice roll up on the part of Gable. Is this going to be it here? No, 2 count. Ricochet is able to stay alive in this matchup, which is a good thing, but Gable is able to continue the assault. And look at Ricochet was able to counter. These two have been pretty evenly matched. This is the start of this thing. I mean, it seems like one guy hasn't really been able to get too much in over the other. And Ricochet with a beautiful knee strike, and I think this is where we start to see Ricochet in his element. To the middle rope. What's he got in mind here? Look at that. Tornado DDT. Good work there from Ricochet, and he is now in firm control, at least for the moment. If he can sustain some offense here, he'll definitely get somewhere here. Duck down, leapfrog, just like Gable did earlier. Then he follows it with a super kick. All right for the cover, not a bad idea after something like that. Is it going to work? No. 2 count only. Ricochet getting just a little bit frustrated here. Ooh, kick to the rib. Off the rope. Ooh, nice counter there with a hip toss. A takedown there from Gable. I know Ricochet hasn't really been flying around that much. We're wrestling a little bit more of a grounded pace. And look at Gable trying to rush in. Ricochet was able to counter. And this usually doesn't spell good for a lot of people, especially if Ricochet is in control. And Gable is all stunned and confused. And wait a second, Ricochet flying over the top. Good work there. It's only a matter of time before we see Ricochet take flight in this matchup, and he did. Taking down Chad Gable. Ricochet going to the top rope now, but look at this. Gable was ready. Gable was ready, probably knew nothing good was going to come from Ricochet being on the top rope, at least for his sake. And a Northern Light suplex, good work. And referee took a minute to get down there, but is it going to matter? And possibly. But I will say, unlike Ricochet, Chad didn't get frustrated. He just, kind of accepted things and was going to try to get back in this thing before Ricochet, was in control. Now Chad's in control. We went to the midsection from Ricochet. And look at this. That backpack. Facebuster. Ricochet now is back in control of this matchup. You got to wonder who's going to keep the edge here. Someone's gas tank is either going to run empty, or Gable just might make him tap out. Got that Fujiwara armbar locked in. And Ricochet is in trouble. Whoa. What the heck? Yo! Well, Ricochet was in trouble. What an innovative way to get out of that, man. I'm going to stumble over my word messing with this dude. He's crazy. Two guys trying to go for a drop kick. Neither of them are connected. Nice roll up again. Gable may have it here. 1, 2. Is he going to have it? I'm saying that's 2. Ricochet was able to get his shoulder up out of that whole thing. And a spinning forearm yet again. Look at that DDT now. Nice work. And now I think Ricochet's trying to keep Gable grounded. Maybe if you keep him grounded long enough, he can mess around and instead of at 630. Instead, he's going to bounce Gable's head off the top turnbuckle again. Got him up on the top rope. Ooh. Maybe they're going to fight out of there. I think Gable was like, nah, brother, he didn't want to be up there. He was back in control. Nice strike there. Nice strike again. The third time dropping Ricochet. What does Gable have in mind here? Ooh. Straight vicious with the running knee. Dropping him. And if Gable can take advantage, there we go. And belly to belly, that more technical style. But wait a second. He does something technical. And now he tries to go to the top rope. And Ricochet's up on his feet here. Cross body though. Look at that. Gable's agile. Is that cross body going to get the win? And, 2 count. And now we see the frustration on the part of Gable. And I got to say this though. These two guys, they probably might not want to let their emotion get the best of them. Gable doing a good job at capitalizing as he got Ricochet locked in a bad looking submission. Is this going to work on the part of Gable, or is Ricochet going to be able to fight out of it again? And yes, he does. Seems like every time, super kick to the midsection, just dropping Gable. I was about to say, it seemed like every time Gable tried to go for something technical. What a nice shooting star press there. Ricochet's been able to find some creative way to avoid the situation. Now Ricochet's on the apron here. Gable back up to his feet. Ooh. Look at that boot right there to a slingshot net breaker. Good work. Slingshot net breaker by Ricochet. Let me kick Gable away to get the space. The fact that Ricochet was able to connect that was impressive. But Gable back in control. That back suplex. Wow. The back and forth matchup we have here. And look at that. Meteor from Ricochet though. That quickness is really probably about to pay off here for Ricochet, but never mind. He's trying to go agile. Gable was ready. That arm drag connects. Ricochet trying to go agile and backfired. Gable is now back in control. The belly to belly again. This can be Gable's moment. Back out to the apron. Going back to the top rope. It worked the first time. Is it going to work this time? No, he missed. Gable missed that one. Now Ricochet off the ropes. Ooh, Ricochet. Looked like he tried to do something technical there. Gable, being a technical stallion himself, saw it coming. Catches him with a drop kick. And now let's see how Gable follows up. Gable probably might be a little bit shocked that Ricochet was hanging in there. But Ricochet able to kick Gable away. Probably knew that nothing good was going to happen. In that case, a nice fireman's carry. Gable staying in this thing. Somebody's gas tank is going to run empty first. And I can't wait to see who it is. That shot there from Ricochet. Off the turnbuckle again goes Gable. Goodness, what a back and forth matchup this has been. And Gable on the top rope, but not in the most offensive ways. But look at Ricochet Spanish fly. Talk about offensive. Beautiful work from Ricochet with the Spanish fly. Off the corner goes Gable. And then that springboard uppercut from Ricochet. Ricochet been firing on all cylinders for the past couple of minutes. And Ricochet is stalking him. That recoil knee connects the Chan straight into the cover. Is this it? And yes. Yes, it is. Wow. Hats off to Ricochet and Chad Gable. What a match. But look at that. The flight there of Ricochet. And then the Spanish fly really kind of turned this match around. And then that recoil knee to finish it off. Ricochet picking up a win. What a great matchup we had to kick off Smackdown Dark. And that's not all we got. But Ricochet can hold his hands up high. What a match. And what a win for Ricochet. Nothing against Gable though. He fought hard. But this man on tonight was just the better man. Good job. Well, we're back here for another edition, for match number 2 of Smackdown Dark, and it is a table match as Eric Young set to face Jeff Hardy. Now, I'm going to say this, Eric Young needs to kind of rely on that mental insanity here. Eric Young is going to need to come into this match with a game plan because he's facing someone in Jeff Hardy who is a risk taker. He's facing someone in Jeff Hardy who is a daredevil. He's facing someone in Jeff Hardy who is not going to hesitate to throw caution to the wind to try to get the victory. So if Eric Young can find a way to slow him down, beat him down, wear him down methodically, and then do what he needs to do to get Jeff Hardy through a table, then he probably can walk out with the victory with this thing. But I gotta say, you want to talk about an uphill battle, this is it. And I'm gonna say, one way or another, this is going to be an exciting way, and what a way to end this edition of Smackdown Dark, as the crowd isn't really feeling Eric Young, but they are feeling Mr. Jeff Hardy, as the crowd comes alive for the charismatic enigma and the current United States Champion. So, I gotta say, if you're Jeff in this case, you're gonna rely on this experience. I mean, he has experience when being in matches like this with his brother Matt, and so he's gonna have to kind of draw on that experience here in order to beat someone the caliber of Eric Young. Jeff Hardy lighting up the crowd as he always does. So is he going to be able to not only rely on his experience, but rely on this crowd really being behind him? I guess we're about to see Eric Young versus Jeff Hardy, and the matchup is underway. You gotta kind of take it slow, Eric Young. I don't know. That was a wise move on the part of Eric. Eric tried to start this thing at a pace that you will probably see Hardy start it. He tried to do more of that fast-paced style. Didn't really work. And just like that, Jeff Hardy already using his educated feet as good offense. And Eric Young was able to catch the kick, but wasn't able to dodge what came next. And look at this. Oh, goodness. Whoa. You want to talk about a close call for Jeff Hardy in this matchup? That was it. That was it. He almost went to that table. But I would say Jeff Hardy now has a bullseye on his lower back after crashing into that table. So if I was Eric Young, I would do the smart thing and do stuff like that, take advantage of it. And he does right there. Eric Young is so methodical, and I think this is where Eric Young can be dangerous when he's on the outside. But Jeff Hardy now has control. Now, wait a second, look at that. Look at Jeff Hardy now using the barricade as a weapon. Dropping right on top of it. And Jeff Hardy now trying to kind of slowing things down a little bit himself. Not really moving that fast. Maybe that initial shot into the table is probably the cause of it. Nice elbow. And a leg drop right there. And I think that was probably a wise move on the part of Jeff to get Eric back in the ring. Because if you don't want this thing to turn into, if you're Jeff, you don't want this thing to turn to a straight up brawl. You don't want this thing to turn to a fist fight, because that's where Eric Young can thrive. But Jeff is clearly holding his own with the leg drop across the second row. Jeff Hardy now really putting in work here on Eric Young. Eric Young did have a good start, but I like the way that Jeff Hardy been able to come back, been able to find his momentum, find his mojo, and get in this matchup. Sending Eric off into the corner, and that time Jeff coming in too hot and heavy, backfired, as Eric Young with the scoop slam again. Smart move, targeting the lower back there. And now Eric Young probably about to wear down Jeff Hardy at this rate, but Jeff Hardy saying, nah, he still got some fight in him. He's showing it with the belly there from Eric Young. Now just stomping him out here. Just stomping him all the way out. And now just this ground and pound viciousness on full display. Hit right to the midsection. And Jeff Hardy's into the corner. And Eric Young is on top of his game right now. That forearm there dropping. United States champion. And Jeff Hardy. He's been in some rough spots before. But I think with Eric, if you're Eric in this thing, you want to try to end this thing quickly, because Jeff Hardy got great comeback ability, and we're seeing that here. And Eric was probably maybe taking Jeff a little bit lightly there. Eric was probably taking Jeff a little bit too lightly. And Jeff was able to get back in it. A nice counter from Eric. And the elbow to the back of the head. And wait a second, a nice counter from Jeff Hardy here. And look at that. The DDT from Jeff. You're going to flip things around if you're Jeff. And I think Jeff Hardy is kind of mentally aware of the type of person he's in there with. He's in there with someone who Not afraid to go a little crazy. Not afraid to do some crazy stuff in his own right, if need be. Including use the table as a weapon, as Eric Young successfully did there. Eric Young, he probably has something in mind, but Jeff Hardy saying, nah, whatever it is, he's not having it today. He got Eric over his shoulder. What the heck? Ooh! Well, that's not putting your opponent through the table, but that'll definitely affect them going forward in this matchup. A power slam on top of the table. Clever work from Jeff Hardy. And now with the table set up, I think Jeff is looking to put this thing away here. And Roy trying to go for the strike. Eric Young dodges it. And grating his face across the top rope. Eric going back up top. And dodging Jeff again. Couldn't dodge that one. Blocked the shot. Eric kind of had to be aware of his surrounding. Good idea, because there was a table on the other side of him. Into the outside goes Jeff. That's kind of where Eric, if you can tell, that's kind of where Eric wants to keep this thing. He wants to make it a fight. He doesn't want Jeff to be on the inside of the ring, because if Jeff's on the inside of the ring, he can take off. If Jeff's on the inside of the ring, he can springboard, he can fly and use the ropes effectively. But Eric Young clearly knows how to use the outside of his ring effectively. And now wait a second, now he's grabbing another table. Jeff Hardy might want to do what he can to avoid disaster, and he does. Smart move, getting the table out of the hand of Eric Young and using it himself. And Jeff Hardy now using that table as a weapon. Goodness gracious. Driving it into the rib of Eric Young. I don't think that's really gonna be a good thing if you're Eric Young. Now wait a second. What the heck? Oh, goodness gracious alive, man. Dude, busting out a power driver. You want to talk about a way to turn the tides of a match? That's how you do it. Eric Young going to send Jeff back on the inside. I mean, after that power driver, you could probably guess. Well, I was about to say, you probably would think Jeff was a little stunned, a little dazed there. And now Eric grabbing a chair, but look at Jeff Hardy, though. Jeff Hardy flying over the top. Eric was so worried about grabbing a chair that it kind of cost him at that moment. And now Jeff got the chair, and you could probably guess he ain't gonna offer Eric a seat with that chair. Eric is getting up to his feet here. He's kind of stalking him. He misses the strike. Maybe Eric was a little. Good counter there. Good counter there from Eric Young and a Russian leg sweep. Eric Young avoided disaster with the chair now. And it pays off for him. And he is stomping out Jeff Hardy. And you gotta admit, the longer the match goes, you gotta wonder mentally. Both guys are wondering what they can do to each other in this matchup. Because both of these two guys, you want to talk about guys that are innovative inside this ring. Jeff Hardy and Eric Young, admittedly, both pretty innovative guys. I guess the longer the match goes, the more they can find ways to hurt each other. And look at this, Eric Young taking a little something out of Hardy's playbook from earlier in the match. But just like Eric Young did earlier, Jeff was able to counter and a leg drop across the middle rope yet again. Definitely causing some neck issues if you're Eric Young. Jeff going to the top rope, and whoa. Smart move on the part of Eric to roll to his hands and knees and to get out of there. But Jeff, aware of his situation, look at that cross body connect. The cross body connect to Eric Young. And now Jeff got Eric in all types of trouble. I'm leaning against the table and uses the table. An offensive weapon yet again, slamming his head into it. Wise move on the part of Eric Young, or on the part of Jeff. And now Eric Young was able to capitalize and I don't know what the heck here. I don't know what Eric was going for, but Jeff told him, nah, brother, we good. But Eric now. Eric going off belly to belly. And again, back to the lower back. That he kind of started targeting earlier. So Eric does have a bit of a game plan here. And if he takes out the lower back, you know that could probably affect Jeff in the future as this matchup progresses. But I think Eric Young going back to that steel chair clearly. And he's now stalking Jeff, waiting on Jeff to get to his feet. And a chair shot right to the head. Gee. Brutal stuff right there. And Eric is sitting there showboating, but look at Jeff. Never count Jeff out. Never count out the resiliency of Jeff Hardy here. Jeff with that forearm. A straight right hand. And and then Jeff out to the apron. And a shoulder tackle sending Jeff to the floor. A shoulder tackle sending Jeff Hardy to the floor. Now Eric Young. Jeff is all types of groggy, but Eric Young at the top rope. What's he got in mind? Cross body from Eric Young. Talk about returning the receipt from earlier. That was it. And now, the Death Valley driver. Again out there on the floor. And I think Eric Young may be moments away from ending this tables match. Because if he isn't, well, you probably might want to get your priorities straight. Oh, wait, he got that steel chair again and right to the head. Eric, you got a big moment to end this thing. Eric should really focus on, I think he will focus on hurting Jeff Hardy just a little bit more. And Jeff Hardy stalking Eric Young, who's all dazed and confused. And if I was Eric, I wouldn't turn around, because if he does, he isn't going to like the view. But Jeff's pretty determined and waiting on him. Told you he wasn't going to like it. Twist the fate connect. Twist the fate connected to Eric Young. And I think there's only one thing in Jeff's mind that he has to do at this point. Got Eric Young up on that table. And I think Eric Young, focusing on hurting Jeff Hardy, might be moments away from costing himself this match. But I think Jeff, wait a second. Look at Jeff. One bomb to the table. My dude. Jeff Hardy wins this tables match. And I think Eric Young, in the process of trying to hurt Jeff Hardy, lost sight of what he was supposed to do. But Jeff Hardy didn't. Nails the Swanton Bomb, and the Swanton Bomb picks up the victory. What a night for Smackdown Dark. And thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm JNWBoss on YouTube, and I will see you guys next time.